want to increase your medical aesthetics high-ticket sales and become more profitable? If so, stay tuned and discover the TMSP system in this episode of Dory Talks. Welcome back. I'm Dory Sukap, founder of Inspiration Management. I did a Recipes for Success module last month about recommending and closing high-ticket medical aesthetic programs. It was so well received by Inspiration Management members that I decided to share this topic to help you and the industry as a whole. In the medical aesthetic practices that we work with, there is nothing cheap. Most everything you offer as far as medical aesthetic treatments are costly, high-priced ticket items. Some treatments are thousands of dollars. As a matter of fact, I have a friend who just went to a plastic surgeon and a medical spa and invested over $100,000 in treatments and procedures. There are consumers who are investing money in high-ticket programs. You may think, oh, it's crazy to spend that kind of money. But she felt great about doing it, and she was very happy with the results. So how does this happen? How do you convince a consumer to invest anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 to $20,000 to $100,000 in medical spa treatments or plastic surgery procedures? Well, the leaders and medical professionals who manage their business successfully usually have a process and systems in place for enrolling consumers in high-ticket programs. That's why I'm going to share with you today the 7 steps to recommending high-ticket sales so you can be more profitable and more successful. So let's go ahead and start with step number 1, and that is understanding sales and sales perception. This is a huge factor, actually. So selling, let's go back in time here, because selling is the oldest profession in the world. What do you think of someone when you hear the word salesperson? What comes to most people's minds? A car salesman? Someone who's very talkative? A snake oil salesman? Someone who is pushy, aggressive, or they just want to sell you something? Anything? Well, let's face it. It's not a career that most kids grow up dreaming about. I don't see kids running over to their mom and dad saying, oh, I want to be a salesperson, do you? No. Some people look down, as a matter of fact, at the sales profession. But the fact is that some salespeople are among some of the highest people in our society. Yes, that's actually a fact. So let me just use a couple of examples with you. Let's talk a little bit about Steve Jobs. You remember him, the late Steve Jobs? Unfortunately, he's no longer with us. But do you think he was a salesperson? He sure was. When he stood in front of thousands of people presenting the latest in Apple innovation, what was he doing? He was selling. He was getting his community excited about the new products that they were about to launch. Remember those days? He did such a great job selling that people flocked to the Apple stores to buy all his new innovations. And he was rewarded by increasing the shareholders' value of the Apple stock. Do you remember that? Yes. How about this? How about Elon Musk? When he did his talks about the latest innovation with Tesla, people listened. People were excited. It's becoming one of the #1 selling car, even though it's very pricey. But when he launched it, he was a salesman. When he launched SpaceX, what do you think he was doing? He is selling. Yes, those guys were great salespeople. Or Elon, in his case, he is a great salesperson. So the fact is that everything has to be sold. Things are being sold globally every single day. If things are not being sold, the whole economy will collapse. The medical industry is afraid of the word sales. That is why we call it recommending, prescribing, etc. But at the end of the day, you guys, it's selling. It's selling. So how can you be like Steve and Elon Musk and many other super successful salespeople? How can you do it? By becoming an influencer, by featuring your expertise, by using words to help position you as the only choice in your community. You need to show consumers how you can help them and convince them to take action now on what you are actually offering. So keep that in mind. Change that perception about sales and take it in as you're doing it to truly help your clients. All right, let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is all about positioning your medical aesthetic business and your team as experts. Does that sound good? Absolutely. So here are the facts. If someone is going to invest thousands of dollars with you, they want to make sure that they are dealing with professional experts. They want to feel confident about their decision to choose you. So being an expert will attract the ideal consumers to you. It increases the chances of them reaching out for help and to purchasing your high-ticket programs. Yes, your image and that of your providers, your injectors, your estheticians, your laser techs, your patient coordinators, everybody, etc., is a key factor to your positioning. Your online presence, your facility, your marketing material, your voice, your videos, they all play part in your success with high ticket sales. So make it a good one. Make a great impression on your prospects. Always be professional and care about your clients. And believe me, it will definitely pay off. Sounds good? So take a look at your positioning and make sure that people are seeing you as the experts that you are. Let's move on to step number 3. And step number 3 is about being prepared. And I have to tell you, there are so many people that don't really realize this step and make sure that they are prepared. So when you have a new client coming in for, let's say, medical spa treatments or for a consultation, it's essential that you do your fact-finding exercise prior to their arrival. This is something that we teach. It's a form that we provide actually to all of our members. It's called the fact-finding and pre-qualifying form. It's the duty and the role of your guest relations team or your patient coordinator to complete the fact-finding form prior to the client's arrival. This form is going to provide you or the person who's conducting the treatment or the consultation with facts that they need. The form will help them learn about the client, their lifestyle, their profession, or whatever else you were able to find on Google or social media based on the research that they've done. So the more you know about who you are meeting, the more prepared you are to building a great relationship and to truly helping your affluent consumers. And the more you're able to convince them to purchase your high-ticket programs. All right, let's move on to number 4, step number 4. Step number 4 is all about how to present. It's your high-ticket presentation. Yes, it's a presentation. I need you to get that in your head. How you present to your clients will definitely predict whether you'll receive a yes or a no decision for your high-ticket programs. Having professional material such as your intake form, credibility brochure, your success stories, your before and after pictures, your product and treatment menu, all these tools. Any marketing material to help you present must be professional and super branded with a consistent image and brand that represents you professionally. The fact is, while you're presenting, it's important to control the conversation so you can best help the client. Let's take this scenario, for example. If they ask for a price too early, you're just starting to present and they ask for the price, you can't just tell them or answer them what it is. Instead, you can say something like this, because you have to control the conversation, right? So you can say something like this: well, it depends. Or you can give them a range. It's between this and this. The key point here is that you really have to control the conversation, and you need to be comfortable with it so you know and you're prepared on how to answer those kind of questions. When you are ready to tell them, then you can tell them the price. So first, show them the value when you're presenting. Then you can justify the price with the value you are offering. Does that sound good? Yes. Number five is how to use success stories and social proof. Yes, that's probably my favorite part of the presentation, because when you're using stories and social proof, you can really drive your point home. So using success stories during your presentation can help you overcome potential objections before they even come up. It's a great sales technique that does not feel like selling. Third-party stories are a great way to make a point and to state the facts, you guys. Same for before and after pictures, as a matter of fact. Both provide the client that you're presenting to proof that what you are saying is accurate, and it delivers credibility that you are who you are, and the high ticket program that you're offering actually delivers the results that they want. So you need to really have an entire success library story. You should have them either electronically or in a nice book that you can share. And you need to have them handy for all you providers or whoever is presenting, so they can refer to them and they'll be able to use them and help them with the sales process of the high ticket sales that you're trying to convince someone to purchase. So remember, people buy emotionally and they justify it logically. So you need to inject emotions in your success stories. And here's a statement I like to share with you. Facts tell, emotions and stories sell. You need to remember that. Facts tell, and emotions and stories sell. All right, let's move on to number 6. Number 6 is enticing offers to purchase now. That is key, because you could do a great presentation, but if you don't make an offer, then you really have nothing. So when you are presenting high ticket medical aesthetic sales, you must create urgency for them to purchase now. To succeed, you really must present an enticing and irresistible offer so they can say yes now, and they can't say no to you. Let's face it, everyone is busy. The last thing you want to hear at the end is, I want to think about it, or whatever excuse they give you. If you did everything right during the presentation, they should simply purchase. They should say yes. Remember, you need to discuss their pain points. You need to provide solutions. You back it up with proof. Then they'll be able to say yes. Let's go ahead and get started. The only reason for them to say no is if you did not make an offer to get started now. So remember, an enticing offer is what will make them want to say yes to you now. So be ready to sign them up. Don't act surprised when somebody says yes. Always assume that they're going to say yes. Always summarize the benefits, the big picture, on how they will feel, the results they will achieve, and the overall reason they would want to experience these treatments to begin with, right? Of course. All right, let's move on to the last step, which is delivering on the promise. So it's one thing to make all these promises and convince someone to buy a high-ticket item, but once they purchase the high-ticket program, that's when your work or the entire team's work actually begins. So make it a habit to always under-promise and over-deliver. You need to inject good surprises within their experience. We have an entire module on that called Touch Points. And if you're part of the Recipes for Success, you can go watch it as a member on MedSpa Biz University. So you need to make sure that your clients are super happy, and you need to continue doing everything you can to strengthen the relationship that you are building with them. The stronger the relationship is, the more referrals, the more reviews, the more everything is going to be great you receive from them. And the likelihood of them becoming a lifetime client by becoming a member is definitely the way that they will journey through their entire experience with you. That's ultimately what we want them to become, right? Is a member. So all your efforts during this whole presentation should lead to what I call a triple win. You need to make sure your clients win, you need to make sure your team is winning, and you as a business owner is winning. So when you do that, then you're definitely going to succeed with high ticket sales within your medical aesthetics practice or wellness center or spa or whatever really type of business you actually have. So now that you've watched this, I don't know if you're satisfied with your actual high ticket sales. If you are, I'm sure you can always do better. But if you need help and you're not selling enough high ticket sales, then you can definitely reach out to us and make sure that we can guide you to generate more revenue and more profits for your business. So if you want to check out the Recipes for Success a little bit more, you can go to inspirationmanagement.com and you'll be able to check out all the different volumes we have. We actually have 4 volumes of Recipes for Success, and they're all designed for your first level management training and your first level team or providers, if you will. So they can become better at what they're doing, and you can recommend more high ticket sales and programs to your clients. So like this episode, make sure you share it. Or if you are watching it on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Or even if you're not watching it on YouTube, go ahead and go to YouTube, the Inspiration Management YouTube channel, and subscribe, and make sure you ring that notification bell so you can actually get notifications when we publish videos. And we do this once a month, the Dory Talks, and we also have other shows that we do. So we encourage you to be part of our community so you can always tap into all the great business strategies that we share. And I really want to encourage you to put these 7 steps to work so you can increase your high ticket sales and become more successful. So have a great month this month, and until next time, stay inspired. Bye now.